Now, this is a classic video game, Chorps.
It looks like it.
It's one of my favorites. Well, it's part of one of my favorite series.
Okay.
It's Wonder Boy.
Oh. Now he does look like a wonder.
Yeah, and he is a boy. So you just play as this little dude, and well, this is the very beginning of the Dragon Trap, which is actually the very end of the last Wonder Boy game.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Kind of like the Symphony of the Night thing.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. But yeah, this game came out for the Master System, I think 1989. And, you know, I think it looks great for the time, really cartoony and bright. And,
whoa!
You know, the animation's just fantastic.
Wait a minute. Something looks different.
What? What do you mean? This is Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap.
These don't look like pixels.
Well, I mean, they're very small.
Okay, I mean, you know, I don't know much about the Master System. Maybe it was a little more advanced than its fellow consoles of the generation.
Okay, did I get you? Did I fool you?
I think you got me.
This isn't running on a Master System.
Oh!
It's running on the Nintendo Switch. This is Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, 2017, a remake of the classic Wonder Boy 3. Yeah.
And this is a real upgrade. This looks very good.
Oh yeah, they did a fantastic job. They went tile by tile basically and drew the entire game, like really bringing out that great cartoony art style for the game. And I think it looks fantastic. The music is fantastic. This is just an amazing upgrade.
Yeah, this seems like a really smart way to do these sort of like 8-bit remasters, because if I remember correctly, they also like redid all of the secrets in the game.
Right. I think they actually even put in some new secrets. I'm not real sure because I was never very good at finding the secrets in this game. But yeah, it's just amazing what they did.
Yeah, the hand-drawn style is like super charming, and I feel like based on the little I saw of the sprite work, it like takes these tenets of ideas and really like fleshes them out to kind of what the intention would be.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So this is a French team, Lizard Cube, and they've been working on this for a while now. Now, a really neat thing is we can actually get passwords that would have been used in the old game, because this is actually like all the level design, I'm pretty sure, is all exactly from the original game. Now, you can even choose to be a Wonder Girl in this version, and I'm actually putting in a password from the Master System version right now, and we're just gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Wow, that's super dope.
Yeah, it's so unnecessary and amazing, and we're playing as the Piranha Man now instead of the Lizard Man.
Oh, and he's got like a sword?
Yeah, he's got a sword and a shield. You get to play as several different beast men, including Hugh Man, the Wonder Boy himself, or Wonder Girl, like I said.
So, I know that one of the games in this series has a Wonder Girl. Is this the same Wonder Girl or a different one?
It is a different Wonder Girl. Monsterland 4 stars a lady whose name escapes me, but I'm pretty sure that takes place in a different universe because it's very much Arabian Nights theme.
Okay.
Wonder Boy as a series has actually been getting like a pretty huge revival recently. Late last year, a Korean studio remade the first Wonder Boy game, which is a lot like Adventure Island. It's actually what Adventure Island is based off of. You see, you can actually get like sub-items. I like the sub-items, but it kind of shows like this game's age a little bit. Like,
sure.
it's the first Wonder Boy game not coming from an arcade, and so like, oh, having limited like sub items is sort of weird.
It's in.
And you can hit the right shoulder button and just, this is what the game looked like, except it's much wider screened.
That's super cool though, like, because that shows that they didn't just like do a straight port for this bit. They had to have recreated it in widescreen with these UI elements.
If you hit the right stick, you push it in, it'll even like play the retro music and stuff.
Oh, that is super cool.
It's so good.
This is an amazing amount of work for like a passion project like this, where you're just taking something and recreating it.
Right, this is clearly a game that had, like, these people legitimately love this game. One of my favorite features is, they remixed some of the songs, like, several times over. Like, the Nurse's theme is actually the same theme as the Pig's theme, but they just do have different arrangements for it.
To make them distinct. That's cool.
I think I got a little bit lost and I forgot where I was supposed to go, but don't worry, I remember eventually.
Okay.
God, what was I saying? I think I got off on 3 different tangents. Wonder Boy Revival, there's also a game that was kickstarted, was a game called Flying Hamster 2, which was the sequel to like this vertical scrolling shooter that I had never played, but they were like, we're actually gonna make a spiritual sequel to Wonder Boy. And then it got turned into an official sequel to Wonder Boy, and it's called Monster Boy.
Oh, weird.
Because in Japan it's called Monster World, and in America it's called Wonder Boy, so they sort of like mashed them together.
Right, okay.
And it's gonna be sort of like this and Wonder Boy and Monster World, the Genesis game, because you'll be able to turn into monsters like this game, but I think the structure is going to be more like Wonder Boy 4 or Wonder Boy and Monster World. The numbering gets confusing, but see, as Piranha Man, we can swim, and that's great. But yes, another thing about like the love and care that went into this game. During the credits of this game, they actually show like pictures of the staff who made this game at the time, like when the game came out originally. So like it shows like the Japanese staff that made the original game. It's like pictures from the 80s. Then it shows the French staff that did all this artwork and reprogrammed it and did an amazing job. And it's just like they're all little kids, and it's adorable.
Really charming. That's cute.
Yeah. The love for this game is just like pouring out from all the seams and all the corners, and I love it, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, like this, if nothing else, seems like a really good way to even experience it the first time.
Oh, yeah, by far. Actually, I've never beaten this game till this version. I had the other... I've had it on Wii for like probably 5 years now, probably at least. Actually, probably more than 5 years, because I probably got it in high school. And I never beat it, but like this was like, yes, I have to beat this now.
Let's say, this water music, very good.
It's very good. Like it's amazing what they did with the themes, because like with like chiptunes you can't really get quite like the point across of like a fun beachy level, or like a desert Egypt level.
Yeah, it's very hard to get instrument distinction.
Right, but with like this amazing like orchestra music, it's just like, oh god, it's so good. I'm cutting you a slice of the original, and it's like it's good. Like they had a good solid foundation to work off of, but they just went above and beyond in like all the ways of this game.
Yeah, this is awesome. Like, not even knowing anything about the original series, like having seen footage of this and stuff, just like has me really interested. Because it's sort of that, it feels like maybe it's that Shovel Knight sort of thing where like this is what you remember games of that time being like.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that. Now, I feel like the level design itself, it doesn't fully hold up to, like, you know, modern standards. I like, it's definitely not bad. Like, it all feels, like, pretty solid, but, like, there's definitely, like, most of the path. Like, this is basically a Metroidvania where all the different paths are just straight lines.
Okay. So yeah, maybe it doesn't hold up on the level building angle, but all the gameplay stuff still seems solid.
Yeah, it's still very solid. Using the sword and the shield still feels good.
And like with the dragon, I saw you were shooting fireballs. Do the other animals all have their own, like, way of attacking?
Not really. It's mostly like movement differences.
Okay.
There's a lion man who has like an overhead swing, and he also has like a very powerful attack, and that's basically the only different like attack.
Okay.
As the human, you can duck, and that's good too.
And can you switch between any of these at any point?
You actually can't like do it on the fly, but there are things that allow you to switch back to animals.
Okay.
I want to say you don't really unlock that till like probably once you become the Piranha Man, you unlock that.
Okay.
And Piranha Man is like two in. You have Lizard Man, then you have Mouse Man, and then you have Piranha Man.
Okay. And that's a good set of men.
Yeah, and Mouse Man's cool because you can walk on certain sorts of blocks, but he has a very short sword because he is a mouse man.
Right.
So when you're a mouse man, you're gonna want to grab a boomerang item, which is kind of rare, but you can reuse it as long as you catch it again.
Okay. So what are there any like aesthetic differences once you've turned into these animals between the boy and the girl?
I don't think, as far as the animals go, there's any differences between male and female, but like the actual Wonder Children
Okay.
themselves.
So you're having a little trouble here. There are a lot of fireballs.
There are a lot, but we're at Captain Dragon.
Oh!
Also, like, these boss fights just, they look so amazing, but also, like, the boss patterns are really simple.
Right.
And that's, like, basically, once you figure out the pattern, you don't get hit anymore. And that's just kind of, like, I guess a sign of the times. Like, they couldn't make super complex boss fights. Like,
Right.
as you see, originally, like, they couldn't have a background because this sprite for the dragon boss was the background.
He's so big.
I'm just so happy that Wonder Boy is back in a major way.
Right.
Because West One, the studio that originally made Wonder Boy, went out of business a couple of years ago, and that was a real bummer of a day for me, because Wonder Boy: A Monster World is one of my absolute favorite games. I really love Monster World 4. That's the one where you play as the lady, and it's super great. Just super charming. That one actually didn't even come out in America till pretty recently when they released it on Xbox Live Arcade and Wii Virtual Console.
It'd be cool to see more remasters in this way. Is that a lion?
Yes. Yeah, that's the Lion Man. He's got the cool arcing sword, and you can smash bricks above you.
Cool.
And then they completely redid the return rooms, and they look fantastic and so trippy, and it's just This game's so good. Just Italian Kiss. It's so good.